This is the mighty Murray River. Spanning over 2,500 kilometres, it's Australia's longest and is a great beating heart for life in this country. Traversing through New South Wales, Victoria and South Australia, where you find me, here in the Riverland, to discover what life is like along this great river. In this episode, I go on a boat, go for a drive, talk to a mare, and drink some tea.
It's hot. It's hot.
The Riverland is a great South Australian region that lies on the banks of the mighty Murray River. In total, the region covers just below 10,000 square kilometres and is home to around 35,000 people. With the combination of the permanent river water source and a Mediterranean climate, this region is all about produce and is actually the largest wine production region in the country. After making our way through the limestone coast, we're here to check out life in three of the Riverland's major towns. And what better way to learn about life on the Murray than to go on the Murray? This is the PS Industry paddle steamer. Built in Goolwa in 1910, it was commissioned for the South Australian government as a general works boat. During her early days, she kept the Murray River open for traffic by removing snags and then eventually helping with the construction of locks and weirs. As time went on, she became obsolete and was eventually decommissioned in the 1960s. However, 30 years later, a volunteer group, Friends of the PS Industry, toiled hard for years to get her up and running again, and in 1995, it reopened as a tourist boat, and has served ever since as a great insight into a piece of the Murray River's history. At 112 feet long and an overall weight of 97.5 tonnes, the PS Industry boasts the fastest speed of any steam-powered paddle steamer in South Australia, and rather scarily is one of the only 6 paddle steamers to have never been sunk. Today, it is kept alive by an army of passionate and dedicated volunteers, one of which gave me a bit of off-camera insight into their operation.
We have a working bee on a Tuesday morning.
Yep.
And we usually have about 12 people turn up.
Yeah, every week?
Yeah.
So it needs a lot of maintenance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the painters say, they start from one end and work towards the front usually.
Yeah. Then they go again?
And then they go back to Yeah, some of the captains are a little bit heavy when they go into the warp, and a few little scratch points that got to be touched up. But I love it.
And why wouldn't you love it? Cruising down Australia's biggest river, taking in a bit of yesteryear, and enjoying the best of the beautiful Riverland region. So, that's a bit of life on the river. Now, we're going on to the banks and dialing it up a notch. This is Loveday 4x4 Adventure Park, and right now I'm on a hot lap in the owner's Can-Am. This absolutely bonkers machine is going flat out for 3 kilometres and smashing over 9 jumps, all taking just under 2 minutes. If I had hair, he would be standing up stiff, as this is one heck of an exhilarating experience. Loveday is situated on 8,000 acres of private property, encompassing all the environmental features to create the perfect place for a four-wheel driving experience. The site maintains 14 kilometres of the Murray River, is also a working cattle station, and has great campsites and activities for everyone. With the caravan and our little dog Sketch, we're not going to be able to do much off-roading on this adventure. So, with a little bit of help from Pete, we're able to take his Triton onto some of the trails to get the full experience. Good on you, Pete. So after some off-roading and some on-rivering experiences, I think it's now time to ask someone what life is like in the Riverland. How about the Mayor of Loxton Waikerie Council? When you say you were asked to be councillor...
by locals in the community where I lived, they kept saying, well, why don't you have a go and all that, because I got a bit of a profile around this water because it was in the drought, the Millennium Drought in 2010. Mm-hmm. Got a bit of a profile, had some responses from government, and we actually got some things done. So we got a water plan in place and saved water in a drought and left the place a whole lot better. And that's what it's all about, trying to leave it a little bit better than when you find it.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. The drought now, how is it going now? How is the community?
Well, it's a different drought.
So
drought's a drought. Look, it puts a lot of stress on the community in general, and the funny thing about the ironic thing about the drought we had around the River Murray, it affected all our irrigated producers. This drought we've had now is more our broadacre farmers and our graziers who rely on rainfall and can't irrigate because it's big spaces too far from the river. Yeah. So it's a totally different thing, and one almost came overnight, the River Murray one, because their water allocations were reduced by government so that water could be used for human needs. So it was like that, a bit like a bushfire. Whereas the drought for our broadacre guys is something that just accumulates. Yeah. And it just accumulates probably like our 2022 flood does. It just keeps growing weekly until it gets to a point where it starts to really affect lives and people's assets. Yeah. How does it affect them? I think just recently I've noticed I've got family nephews at farm and I've just noticed recently they were pretty well coping, but just the last few weeks when we had some really bad winds on top of dry weather we've had, that I think they've bottomed out in terms of their emotions. So they'll be looking for anything to lift their spirits, and gee whiz, there's plenty around Loxton to do, plenty of people to connect with to hopefully help us all through. Yeah. That's one of the strengths of the community, do you think? Yeah, absolutely. And that's why, without going back to art, that's why it's all about connecting. Everywhere. I know it's a word that I'm starting to overuse it. I hear other people using it. So all of a sudden you think, did I get that word from listening to other people use it, or did it just dawn on me? But the connection thing is really huge, no matter where you look, whether it's your art, your sport, your community, keeping connected. And if art connects people, good. I know music does, because everyone that comes to hear music, they're all at the same venue and all getting amongst each other. So I think there's social benefits out of all of that. Yeah. But there's social benefits out of just sitting back and taking a good look at a good portrait or a good landscape, I reckon. Landscape in particularly if they're around the river. That's what... Yeah, showcasing the beauty of the region. That's what floats my boat, for want of a better term. Have a look at the river, the cliffs. There's some really good stuff. So we've heard that you're quite interested in art and music. I am, Ben, and I'm interested because of my lack of knowledge about it. Right. By and large, being a lot of regional communities, and particularly when I grew up, it's all about football, cricket, all those sorts of sports. And we still have a very strong sporting culture. But I've been awakened over the last probably term of council plus by our arts officers. I'll call them arts officers for want of a better term. I'm sure it's a much more detailed term than that. And the activation of our community, well, not the activation because it's always been there, but probably bringing me more aware of it. And particularly now as Mayor of Loxton Waikerie, I do my utmost to get to every single opening, other than that of an envelope, to get there to meet people, because it's a whole different cohort of our community that, even though you might know them, I know them personally, you're not necessarily sure what it is that they're skilled at, because you don't see them on a football oval or you don't see them on a tennis court or whatever, and then you start to awaken yourself to it. So I'm enthused by the amount of people we've got in our community who are artists, whether it be music or visual arts, and Simone in this case, and previous to her, Kate, have opened my eyes greatly to it, and I'm really proud of our council that we fund a person to connect us with this part of our community and help our community, this part of our community, grow.
Yeah.
Oh, we've just recently had a gallery open in the local parish hall.
We're going there.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
By 8 artists, I think. And I went to the opening there the other day, which is fantastic. It's really good to see things like that happening. And not only are they showcasing their art, but they're using a building that wasn't being used, and they're creating which is what you were leading to, creating an attraction, creating something for people to get to.
Yeah.
And it was a good opening too.
It was good.
Nice wine, good company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They keep going on about this tea. Did you have some of this tea?
Oh, that's the bishop's tea. No, the deacon's tea.
Something
So
like
Deacon
that,
David, who I met there, is a tea enthusiast.
Right.
So, yeah, do that. Yeah. I haven't had tea with him yet. I think I might have had a water and a glass of wine, but yeah, I had a good discussion with him about it, and it's another facet to visiting that gallery.
After a great chat with the Loxton Waikerie Mayor Trevor, and yet another person who has worded me up about this art and tea experience, I've come to the Loxton Parish Hall to learn about this new art gallery from two of its artists, Julie and Lynn.
Anne Badams from the local Anglican church here, and a couple of other helpers, and the Archdeacon David, I can't think of his last name, had the idea of using this space. They had a couple of groups coming in doing yoga and that sort of thing, but they just felt, has this church got something that can benefit the community? So it's a community-minded thing. And so they thought of maybe, and we could use it as an art gallery, because you can see they've got the picture rails.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not interfering with the floor space. So if the other people want to use the gallery, they can, it can be benefited by our lovely art. So she got in contact with a couple of artists she knew from Loxton and said, would you like an exhibition space? I said, oh yes. So they got in contact with a few others, and there's 8 of us, and so you'll see quite a variety of different works, and it's all good quality art. And we actually get on really well. We haven't had any fisticuffs, and there's no competition as such, because we all add to each other. And having this art space in Loxton gives visitors another place to come to. It's a quiet space. We actually have a tea room. We've got some teas,
heard a lot about this
teas.
Tea. Yeah.
So that gives people an opportunity to sit for a little bit, be amongst the art, can chat to us artists when we're here, and it's a quiet place. A little bit quieter perhaps than the cafes, and because we specialise with teas, we don't feel like we're pulling away from the cafes and the hotel, because what quite often happens is people will have a cuppa here, they'll go and look at our shops and then have lunch in one of our eateries, whether it's the hotel or the club or the River Murray Queen. It's got lunches now, so we often hear that people are going to do that, so they stay in Loxton longer for having been in here. And so we feel like we're adding to Loxton.
It definitely is adding to Loxton. Julie and Lynn are 2 of the 8 artists that exhibit here at the Collective and produce an eclectic and beautiful range of artwork. It's a great community initiative and agreement with the Loxton Parish Hall to be able to use this space all year round to showcase art. And for the visitor, it's just one of those hidden gems that adds so much to the travelling experience. You get to meet some locals, enjoy some great art, and get an insight into life in this part of the world. And also, you get to try some of this world-famous tea.
So it just depends.
Nice.
You're allowed to sniff them. If you
I'm pretty, what would you call me, good? A terrible palate or something? Vanilla. Vanilla's a good word for me. I'm eyeing off the peppermint because it seems the least risky.
Where now you...
Russian Caravan is an interesting name.
Yeah, let's try that. Have you tried it?
It does sound strong. I don't know why the word caravan would be associated with tea, or so I'll give the Russian Caravan a go. Why not?
Okay. It's hot. It's hot.
It's hot.
It's too hot to taste.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Tastes like smoked tan bark. But like really nice.
You're not smelling it.
And this time with milk.
I did like almost 2, like 1.5 scoops.
That's good.
As I said, you don't have to drink it.
That's nice. I like that. It has been a short, sharp, but sweet experience here in the Riverland. We hope to come back one day and see and learn more. One thing is clear from our time here though. This place is full of passionate and devoted people to the community. There's an appreciation of the life that the Murray River gives people out here, and they go above and beyond to look after each other, promote the region, and their love of the arts is exactly what we're trying to show on this series. Whichever little corner of the world you visit on this great big earth, there is creativity, passion, and love everywhere. This is the part of Australia where the landscape gets absolutely brutal, and I love it. 2 things I love in life. It's a heritage railway and a boat cruise. But it is a thing of beauty. It does not have a local government, connection to the power grid, and drinkable water.